Looking through antiques and collectibles is so much fun. They really add a lot to your home, especially if you have a lot of friends over and you're all kind of into the same thing. But it really is a conversation piece when you have something special. I'm here at D&D Collectables, and this is Dan Kosloski. Dan, you have quite the collection of a lot of local things here,
We do. That's kind of our specialty, local items. We have a little bit of everything, as you can see here at the shop, but Scranton stuff is our specialty. We do have some stuff from the Wilkes-Barre area, mostly your viewing area.
Absolutely. You pulled a few fun things for us today, so we may as well just get started, right?
Yeah, why not get started with a map? This is from 1898 it was published.
Wow.
And the one neat thing about this map is it actually tells you who owns each property at the time.
That's crazy. And of course, this is a downtown Scranton map.
Sure, yep.
Right?
This is downtown Scranton. As you could see, right here in the center of it, well, towards the center is the Courthouse Square. And that's sort of the center of downtown, and everything kind of branches off from there.
Yep.
And some of the buildings that you see today weren't even built yet at this time.
Right.
Like the Hotel Casey wasn't even built yet at the time. You have the St. Peter's Cathedral, still in the same location. It was there in 1898. You have the Hotel German, which was on the corner of Wyoming and Spruce Street. It's still there and now being used as apartments, I believe, upstairs.
It's amazing.
Another location on Wyoming Avenue is the Ritz Theater, wasn't built yet, and that was actually the YMCA at the time.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it says property, right? The YMCA property. That's crazy. It's so much fun to kind of find the buildings that are still there now.
And see how they change throughout time.
Yes.
And we have maps all over the Scranton area, and people love to frame them and put them in their house.
Yeah.
Especially if you could find your neighborhood and see who owned your property back then.
Absolutely. Dan, you have some really cool old newspapers that are local, right? Let's talk about them.
We have a lot of old newspapers. We have newspapers from almost to today, to early 2000s, later 2000s, all the way back to, like this newspaper here shows 1871, and it was called the Morning Republican, published in Scranton. But a lot of things people don't know is all these little towns in the area had their own newspaper at that time.
That's awesome.
So like here in Archibald, had the Archibald Citizen.
And these are so much fun to look through, to look at the picture, like the illustrations actually. They're more like illustrations and the ads and
the old articles.
Oh my goodness, they have local notes here, and it says that there was a gentleman, James O'Brien of Oliphant, who was in town yesterday.
Yeah, that was big news. Yep.
Big news. But these are just a treasure, aren't they? And how about this one? Where's this one?
This one's actually the Providence Register, and that's this section of Scranton was its own. I'm not sure if it was a city or a borough, but it was its own area at the time, and they had their own newspaper.
Wow.
And that was actually published right next door, which is now the North Scranton Post Office.
Amazing, absolutely amazing. These are really, really fun. Now this is amazing. You have all these photos that you actually printed the photos from original negatives.
Original negatives we received from a collector who got them from a newspaper that went out of business quite a few years ago. So a lot of the stuff shows all old buildings in the area at that time. Most of the pictures are from the late 50s, early 60s, but there's a few that go back a little older, and there's some a little newer.
It's really fun, and I love this one of how everyone used to decorate, the stores used to decorate their storefronts and the windows, and the Santa Claus there's a story with that, right?
There was a lot of storefronts in downtown Scranton at that time, and actually the Santa Claus shown in these two photos were from Household, and that was a store on Lackawanna Avenue, right around where the mall is now. But we actually have the Santa Claus and put on display here in our window.
Oh, that's a treasure that you have that, isn't it?
Yep.
And you also have this beautiful book. Now, we want to handle it with care, but tell us about this book.
It was actually published in 1894, and it's all pictures of Scranton and little articles, and it shows you prominent people in the area at that time.
Some of the other really fun stuff that you have here at D&D Collectables is like the nostalgic stuff. And I particularly love this collection because it's of the amusement parks. We had so many amusement parks in the area.
Well, some of the items are from Rocky Glen Park. Rocky Glen Park went through a couple different names throughout the years, and it was called Rocky Glen. And then in the 70s, it actually rebranded itself. A different owner took over, and it was called Ghost Town in the Glen.
Yes.
And a couple of these items are Ghost Town in the Glen items. And then back in the 80s, I think it was 1979, 1980, it turned back into Rocky Glen again. And this is where the logo that most people remember with the clown.
Yeah.
And here's some playing cards, a little souvenir tray. I guess you put your pencils or your pens in there. And then also a couple items we have here are from Angela Park, which was Hazleton. I think it was actually in Drums, Pennsylvania, but everyone said Hazleton.
Yep.
Here's some tickets from that park.
Yeah, that was a beautiful park. It had a big pool, and I remember going there as a child on a school field trip. It was really fun.
Another park that was in Scranton that people really don't know about was called Luna Park. And that was actually located right in the back of Naog Park on the other side of the gorge. And the land right now is part of 81, but that park probably closed right around 1915, and the pictures you see of that park are just amazing.
Oh, it was absolutely beautiful, and it's really great that you have this original postcard.
Yeah, I mean, stuff from that park is pretty rare, but postcards come up every once in a while.
And speaking of places that are near and dear to people's hearts, Dan, your father owned Top Dog, and Top Dog was such a great place because teenagers went there, families, and it was when the video game craze was all that, which is still now, but in a different way. But you can go there and play games and have a hot dog. It was great fun.
Yep, and there was one location in Wilkes-Barre and one location in Dixon City. My dad owned it towards the end. And my family was always involved with making memories here in the area, and now we're just kind of doing it a different way.
That's so nice, and it truly is a family business.
It is. My mom and dad are both here just about every day at the shop. We're located right at 1808 North Main Avenue in North Scranton, the Providence section they call it. We're located right next to the North Scranton Post Office. We're open every day except Tuesdays. You can check us out online. We have a Facebook page, D&D Collectables, a website, and a lot of our sales are through eBay. So there's a link on there. You can see all of our eBay listings.
Terrific. Dan, thank you so much for having us today. We had so much fun.
Thanks for stopping by.
You're welcome.